We're at the IAS meeting in Paris. We're here with Peter Williams, who's the team leader for rilpivirine, which is an injectable now and being worked on as an injectable. So I'm going to let you, since you're the team leader, I think in terms of perspective, long haul to get these treatments through the pipeline. Yeah. Tell us a little about the challenges that you face in doing this.
Sure. Oh, very pleased to be here. Rilpivirine is a drug that's very close to my heart because I first started working on the drug way back in 2001, before it was given to man for the first time. And at the time it was intended to be an oral formulation, so given by mouth. And over the years we developed into a product that is now widely sold. In about 2005, 2006, we started using the technology that we already have with injectable treatments for schizophrenia as a depot formulation given intramuscularly, and tried to apply that to antiretroviral drugs. And so what happened was that we found that rilpivirine has the right properties for being an injectable into the muscle, and we tested that and published some data back in 2008, the CROI meeting.
Now, people, I think most people know what a depot injection is, but maybe some don't.
Right.
And it has to be given intramuscularly because that way it leaches slowly. Can you describe how that process works, actually, so that
I think in real detail we don't actually know how it works, but we think that because the drug is so poorly soluble in the body fluids, it only happens very slowly. We know it only happens very slowly. You can give a single dose of the rilpivirine long-acting to a person and you can still detect the drug up to a year or more later. Right. So it's a long time.
So, but you've determined that the get the optimal amount of dose in the body, it's either 4 or 8 weeks right now.
Yes.
And you're kind of getting that all worked out.
Yes.
To optimize it for long haul.
Absolutely.
Administration and so forth. You know, I know that this. I personally worked on a lot of work with injectables. I was on Fusion for 12 years or 11 years, but there are some injectables that are these spring-loaded, and there's also the CO2 cartridge.
Right.
So you can actually create an ability for a person to actually do it themselves. If you do it right, you have to hold it close enough to your skin because you'll damage it if you don't. When it comes out, it's kind of like going in very quickly.
Sure.
It doesn't go in like a needle does.
Yeah.
So is that something, is this very viscous? Is it something that wouldn't work for that?
It's not particularly viscous. We're just slightly concerned about the injection volume.
Oh, I see.
Because
too much to put in one spot real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Even with the 4-weekly dose, it's 2 milliliters of drug into the muscle, and it really does need to go into the muscle rather than into fat. Right. So I think it's a challenge actually with 2 drugs, each of them being 2 milliliters for 4 weekly.
Gotcha. Yeah. And we don't want to give people a bad experience. So I know that so the thing that I'm mostly concerned about is that people actually have the ability to get it quickly, and I think, or easily, I should say. So the thing that mostly we were talking about, I think, with your company, is the fact that you could actually go to a Walmart's maybe.
Yes,
forward thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking future. So rather than go to the clinic necessarily instead of an appointment, you're going to wait in the waiting room. You could actually go to a pharmacy. They probably will have an area. I'm sure more and more of these drugs are going to come out where they have to have a private area. You go, the pharmacist who's allowed to do this can do the injection, and you're on your way.
Yes.
So that would be an ideal scenario.
Sure.
So.
And I think a lot of this delivery, the issues of delivery and access for patients will be sort of used from our experience of the long-acting anti-schizophrenia drugs.
Yeah, you already have the experience in that. So, but you know as much. I mean, I understand all of what you're saying. I just want to make sure it was clear for the audience to understand. This is where we're at. It's probably going to be something you'll have to go to the pharmacy or a doctor. But if it's only every month or 2, that's a real. And I know I was talking to I guess Rick about the fact is that a person may say, I'd much rather do it every other month, and that would be optimal because then there'd be less visits, and the person would really be able to. The big thing is to be off of need to take those pills.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't matter. I have cardiovascular issues, but for younger people, this is an opportunity to not feel like they're as sick as, when you're taking pills, you feel sick.
Yeah. And it's a way of avoiding the daily reminder of disease for those patients.
Exactly.
I think we have to be specific, though, that all we have in phase 3 now is monthly dosing.
Right.
2 monthly could be on the basis of the nice Latte 2 data that have been presented today.
We have to wait and see.
We have to wait and see. We have to do more work, and we will continue the Latte 2 trial as well.
Well, I definitely want to make sure that we get someone from your company again to bring us up to date so that the people can kind of follow this, because it's really important to have options for people.
Absolutely.
Not everyone likes the same options.
Yeah.
So the more we have, the better we are, and the more the happier people are.
And some people will find their dislike of needles so great that they won't consider it. They will prefer to take the pill. Sure.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Peter, for your time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to our future meetings.
Great. Okay.
Thank you
Thanks
so much.
Cheers.